Welcome to Eat on Mera Sangeet, Los Angeles, Bollywood's #1 radio station in the United States. I am your host Sanjay and you're listening to Eat. Hey guys, today we're going to head out to a rough area of downtown and have a 5-star time. We'll speak with LA's #1 chef, Ori Menashe. He owns Bestia. We'll find out why Bestia is here. We'll find out why it's the best restaurant in Los Angeles. We'll find out about the food and your mouth is gonna go crazy. So sit back, relax, hold on, don't step off the bus, cause we're going on a crazy trip. Right here on Mera Sangeet, Los Angeles. Welcome back to Eat on Mera Sangeet, Los Angeles. Today we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna let the owner talk about his restaurant.
I'm at Bestia with an amazing friend of mine, a master chef, and someone who's made a change in Los Angeles, Ori. Why Los Angeles? Why did you pick Los Angeles to open up a place?
I was born here and we moved to Israel when I was 8 years old and I finished the military and I always wanted to come back here. I didn't know that I'm gonna actually stay here and not go back to Israel, but the food scene here is so great that I was forced to stay here. My food is Italian inspired. It's a little different than the rest of the Italian restaurants in LA. The difference is that a lot of the flavors that I balance out is flavors that I'm familiar with from back home. So a lot of spices, very intensely flavored. We do everything here that's basically nose to tail. We use every part of the animal. Everything is locally sourced.
I love every part of the animal, and I love the drinks that you serve. I love the noise here, the vibrancy. It's amazing. I love coming here. And I think everybody else who comes here loves it because you can't get a reservation for days.
This is the interpretation of exactly what me and my wife wanted or want when we go to other restaurants, when we want to be more alive and have an intense meal. You know, a lot of cooks today, they are afraid to show the main ingredient and they don't want to show any flaw in their food. I think that when you keep things very raw and naked, the main ingredients is the actual thing that's going to shine.
When we come back, we'll talk about what makes Ori sleep with a smile. Right here on Mera Sangeet, Los Angeles. Welcome back to Mera Sangeet, Los Angeles. I'm Sanjay and we're continuing the conversation with Ori Menashe of Bestia.
How did you get into the food business?
I've been cooking as a kid at home. My dad's the chef at home. He has a restaurant in Israel. My dad had a bakery for many years. I was always close to food and I actually didn't want to cook because a lot of people told me that I shouldn't. It's a hard job and it's tough and I was never able to get away because I was always drawn to it. It's almost like a way for me to show my artistic side and when I see my customers enjoy a meal, it does a big deal to me. And when I go home, I sleep with a smile on my face.
Exactly. You know I'm a repeat customer.
Thank you.
There is something special about this place. I invited some people over. The first thing they said is, where the f*** am I going? Why this area?
Sometimes you have a good feeling about something. I was looking for a space for a long time. We found some things, but we always felt like something was missing. The landlord of this building showed me another space, and he actually told me, I have another space to show you, but it's a long shot. You're probably not going to like it. And we walked here, and we walked into the space, and I looked at my wife, and I told her, hey, this is the place. And I didn't scout. I didn't look at the streets next to this restaurant, and I mean, I found out months later that there's a strip club around the corner. I found out that Skid Row is 6 blocks away from here. I like it that it's not in an area where there's too much people. I like that I force people to come here and explore new dishes. When you make the drive, you want to try something new. You're not going to come here to eat fettuccine alfredo or something that you have in many restaurants, because you actually made that drive here, and you wouldn't make it for a fettuccine alfredo. You'll do it for chicken gizzards, you'll do it for beef tongue, you'll do it for lamb neck, for all these different items that are easy to sell here because this atmosphere creates that.
We'll talk a little bit about Isreal when we come back, right here on Mera Sangeet, Los Angeles. Welcome back to Eat Everyone on Mera Sangeet, Los Angeles, Bollywood's #1 radio station in the United States. We're continuing our conversation with Ori Menashe. We're talking about Israel.
I was born here. I moved to Israel. I lived there for 14 years. Israel's a beautiful country. Obviously, the United States is too.
Were you ever there when bombs were falling?
Yeah. We had the war with Iraq, I think, in 91. That we were in all the bombings. We would go to shelter with our gas masks, and as kids, we didn't go to school for like 2 or 3 months.
2 or 3 months, that's a long time.
2 or 3 months.
Were you afraid?
I wasn't afraid. I mean, for me, it was kind of fun. I was a kid, so it was like everyone there, the siren would be turned on, and everyone would run to the shelter, and it was me and my family, and we would play games there and wait for them to announce on the radio that it's okay. I mean, it was an experience. It's not a good experience. Obviously, it shuts down the whole country, and no one's making money. But it was an experience.
When we come back, we'll talk about his favorite dish and a little surprise for you all, an announcement. Welcome back to Bollywood's #1 radio station in Los Angeles. This is your host Sanjay, and we're talking to Ori Menashe. He is by far one of the top-rated chefs of Los Angeles today. He's going to tell us about what he likes.
Do you have a favorite dish that you make?
My personal favorite dish that I had here on the menu since we opened was the chicken gizzards. So it's crispy chicken gizzards that we confit in duck fat. It goes on top of an endive and heirloom beet salad. There's a mustard vinaigrette in the beet salad. Then the gizzards goes on top with a aged balsamic reduction.
Yes.
And then some aged caprasarda cheese. That's the aged goat cheese. And it's probably the dish that makes no sense at all. But when you eat it, it makes so much sense.
Chicken gizzards, folks. It's nothing like you would expect. It's not slimy or anything like that. Come in, have a taste. It'll blow your mind. It'll make you come back for more. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Eat on Mera Sangeet Los Angeles. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Mera Sangeet LA. We're back again one more time with a special announcement from Ori Menashe of Bestia.
And I'm opening another place soon. So.
Oh, the cat's out of the bag. Okay.
Yeah, we're opening a Middle Eastern restaurant. It's going to be a multi-influence from all the Middle East.
Oh, wow.
So Iraqi, Lebanese, Yemen, Turkey, Greece, Morocco.
So this is like couscous, falafel.
It's going to be traditional in flavors, but not traditional in look. And so what I do here exactly, so same idea. This is Italian food, but it's presented in a different way. this like twists that no one knows about, but it still is Italian, but it could be something else.
Right. Where is this place opening? Is that in LA?
It's a couple blocks from here. I wanted it to be close, so I'll be able to ride my bike from place to place to make sure that they're not messing up.
Okay. Are you allowed to say the name or you're not?
I don't know the name yet, actually.
Do you ride your bike often?
I don't. I'm gonna start.
Okay. I was gonna say, did you ride your bike to work today?
No. I took my car. It was raining outside.
All right. Thank you, Ori, very much.
When we come back, I'll give you my 2 cents on Bestia. Stay tuned. Don't leave. Hang tight. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Eat on Mera Sangeet Los Angeles. I'm Sanjay. For all the information on Bestia, visit bestiala.com. Try something different. Be adventurous. There's an energy the moment you step inside. It's like watching a film and it takes you to another place. And all of this hidden within an alley in downtown Los Angeles. It's not cheap, folks, but for this kind of experience, it's definitely worth it. Thank you, Ori, for hanging out with me, and thank you, the listeners, for listening to me. This is Sanjay, and you're listening to Mera Sangeet Los Angeles.